One, I am saying to you, it is exactly what you misrepresented in the reporting to say that I put members of the ANC under the bus. It's incorrect. I stated historical facts about what actually happened. It is the truth that we defended a man, including the fire pool, that we said it is a swimming pool. It is now a documented truth in court records, and we're dismissed about it. Our own chief whip, Jackson Mthembu, spoke about it in Parliament and apologized duly so. And we ourselves, we suffered, including losing vote because of that. So how am I putting members of the ANC under the bus? Because it has been unexplainable truth in the public domain by Natin Tlego as the Minister of Police that a pool is a fire pool. So perfectly so, I understand him. That day was not a day for him, and he was sweating on that day. And indeed, we have come through that, and we have learned from it, and we will never.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters. Thank you for tuning in on King Said So. This is your boy, Kagiso Hlongwane, Mr. Easy Imali Enengenenge. So welcome back, guys. Let me thank everyone who has clicked the subscribe button. Please, if you are new, consider clicking the subscribe button. You are home in your Pan-Africanist podcast. You are very safe here. Don't worry. Everything is done orderly here. Click the like button. Just wipe your feet by clicking the like button. That's how we do it here at home. We click the like button so we can spread the word. Listen, I want to speak about Fikile Mbalula. You heard the video clip I just played now, that the man has got too much pride. And as a comrade, you should put yourself last before the party. You must put the party first and put yourself second at all times. And what Fikile Mbalula said has made waves around the internet. People have been talking about it left and right because everyone feels like, why should it be that in a time of manifesto, you must campaigning for the 2024 elections, the most competitive election since 1994. Why is it do you need to say we lied to protect Jacob Zuma? There was no need for him to say that. But after you said that, you had comrades like Gwede Mantashe, the voice note that was leaked by Natin Tlego, and they are saying this was a terrible mistake. He was not supposed to say that. And you find Fikile Mbalula says, no, I'm not going to apologize. Clearly, the man thinks that he is bigger than the ANC. What will he lose if he says, yeah, you know what, I might have phrased that wrong? And I said, don't I have pride to say I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen? If you say, you might not say I was totally wrong. You must say, listen, I might have phrased that wrong. My comrade spoke to me. They say, in the way I explained it sounded as if, even though we know what you said is what you said, because it was simple English and pure Xhosa, and we understood you very well. But you can still, for the sake of peace in the party and the sake of unity, just say, no, you know what, I might have phrased it wrong. I should have said we went out of our way to protect Jacob Zuma in the fire pool and water fire pool situation. In fact, there is no need to even say that. So for me, the pride of Fikile Mbalula is going to cost the ANC. They're gonna see it when the people come out on the day of election and they mark their cross on the ballot boxes or on the ballot paper. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. They're going to feel it. Paul Mashatile came out and said, listen, our comrades must refrain from fighting in the media. They must stop speaking to each other with the media. We are meeting. But we know that Fikile Mbalula said, listen, I'm calling Gwede Mantashe. I'm not getting a hold of him. I'll see him later, whatever. But the comrades clearly they don't communicate. And I don't see a scenario where the comrades are meeting in a room and Gwede Mantashe apologizes to Fikile Mbalula. Let's quickly listen to what Paul Mashatile, the deputy president, said.
Inkokeli zingalwe emaphepheni. Siloko siphikisana sithukana. It's not how you lead people. The leadership must lead by example. This is a year where we need greater unity. And that unity must be seen right peaceful.
ANC Deputy President Paul Mashatile rebuking party leaders on their conduct in public. Mashatile cautioned them that speaking out against each other in public sends out the wrong message on the unity of the organization. Mbalula will now have to face the party's other officials in the evening and explain himself on the public spat and also speaking recklessly in public.
So I think it's important as leaders who must sit down and reflect. You know, sometimes when you work on the ground, you know, there are emotions, there are a lot of things, but we're going to sit down, all of us, the 7 of us, and be able to agree that let us focus.
One thing I took away from what Paul said, and let me remind you, ladies and gentlemen, let's say for some whatever reason the ANC wins this election, Paul and they fix their problems, of which the chances of that happening are very low, let's be honest. But let's say, for hypothetically speaking, the ANC wins these elections by a coalition or whatever, they win and stay in power. They fix the unemployment, they fix EXCOM, they try to fix Transnet and all of that. They try to fix their problems, service delivery and everything. Paul Mashatile might just be our next president. And for me, I am looking at him to check his character. Is this man ready to lead not only the ANC, because that's a problem on its own, but to lead South Africa? Is he ready? He's saying, listen, this year should be a year of greater unity. We should not be fighting in public. We should be making sure that we show people that we are unified in our speaking, and then as comrades, we recall and discipline each other. They're in the corner. And that's how comrades should act. You know, he says we should lead by example. We should lead in the front. And people should see that the people that are in the front, they are not divided. But once the top 6 is divided, you can be rest assured that all the branches are broken. The political pyramid works like if it's broken at the top, it will crumble to the down. It will crumble downwards from the head. It breaks from the head. They actually the structures at the bottom are supposed to hold the foundation strong, the branches and all that. But if the head it's just wavering, moving along with the wind and fighting and whatever, the top 6 is fighting, there will never be unity at the bottom. There will never be unity. And I'm gonna play the next clip, Fikile Mbalula. A very disappointing clip. Very disappointing, because you are done dropping bombs, Fikile. You guys call him Sister Fikile. I like Sister Fikile, but I like Mr. Fix Focal. Fix Focal is also a nice word for him. But let's stay respectful. Let's stay respectful. Ufikile goes to an interview with at ENCA, and then there he drops another bomb. Likely people did not catch this one, but I was like, I hear what this guy is saying. I hear what this guy is saying. He's still continuing to shoot the ANC on the foot, or shoot himself on the foot. Listen to what he said about former President Jacob Zuma.
You knew Jacob Zuma well too.
President Zuma will cling into power even in the worst of moments. Even when, you see, the biggest problem with the ANC was not to explain why we let Zuma to go and not finish his term.
Why?
In 2 weeks from when he was still president, he was going to be arrested by the NPA, which Abrams, the public prosecutor then, went to Zuma and told him that in 2 weeks' time, the case will be reinstated. DA had won that case in the Constitutional Court that it must go back. And Zuma had to stand
It's been pending for years. Yeah.
No, it has been pending for years, but at that time, so the question before the NEC was that, how will you explain to the membership of the ANC that you still kept the president up until the time of his arrest and the case being reinstated when you had just elected a new president and we had no crisis?
So you knew that former President Jacob Zuma was going to be arrested.
Let me tell you, all of us in that NEC, we spoke in favor of Zuma stepping down and being recalled. And he asked the question, Denzeni. We explained to him. He asked President Ramaphosa that allow me to be around till BRICS and introduce you. We said by that time, you will have been faced with this. How will you explain that? That you have a sitting president arrested and back into court on corruption?
I don't understand why there is no need for Fikile to be telling us this story. Jacob Zuma is out of the ANC. The man started his own party. The man is making moves on the side. Leave that man alone. The campaigning for the 2024 elections is not going to get better by you batching at Jacob Zuma and doing it like in a manner where it backfires to the ANC. He says, listen, we recall that man because 2 weeks we knew that the NPA was going to arrest him. Now arrest there is no one that was going to arrest Jacob Zuma in 2 weeks from then. The only way you could be arrested is when you go through a trial and you get convicted, then you serve your sentence. That is how arrest happens in South Africa. Then he changes his tone, his tune, and says, no, the case was going to be reinstated. People are going to ask us, why did you keep it? Jacob Zuma was not afraid of any case or any vote of no confidence in court because the ANC really, it had his back. They had his back, this guy. They protected Jacob Zuma. It's true. So the story that the NPA was going to arrest him in 2 weeks, that can't fly. That cannot fly. Only children can believe such stories. But then he started it by saying the problem with the ANC is that the ANC did not explain why we let Jacob Zuma go. No, you can't say that. You are the ANC. I can't say the problem with King is that King. No, I'm King. You are the ANC. You are saying to the public the problem is that ANC cannot communicate effectively. Or you are telling us you lied to us that time with the reason why you are letting him go. Because Jacob Zuma did say, I did ask these people, why is it that you are removing me? Because Jacob Zuma wanted a smoother transaction. You know what you do to others happens to you. What happened to Thabo Mbeki happened to Jacob Zuma. What happened to Jacob Zuma 100% is going to happen to Cyril Ramaphosa. He's not going to finish his term. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. We might underestimate Paul Mashatile and think that he's weak, but another presidential candidate might be firing from behind him. I'm telling you, namely this Fikile Mbalula. You saw he did a walk with that useless guy, the youth league leader. They went out there to with the community in Nelspruit, in Mpumalanga, and said, no, they are fighting crime at night. They're walking with candles at night. The reason why Fikile Mbalula was doing that is to reinstate that power, that connection with him and the youth league. He knows he needs the youth league. But this thing that he said about Jacob Zuma, totally wrong. Because we can go back and find the clip where Jacob Zuma was speaking about this. Let's quickly listen, because we can go back. I've got the receipts. I have the receipts. No maganjal.
I'm not refusing to resign. It's a question of the time frames that now we work on. And I said, I would like that perhaps I should resign. People should know now that I should resign after June. And the reason was this country has relations with a number of countries, including organizations. This country this year is chairing BRICS, is also chairing SADC. I would prefer that in some of the public gatherings, we appear together so that we show the country, we show the members of the ANC that indeed we are uniting, we are working together. But this is being done in a manner that I felt I'm being victimized here. So I said I disagree with the decision. Of course, I did not defy. They are taking their decisions. They are taking me to Parliament. And of course, that's how I came in. I came through Parliament.
Now, with what Jacob Zuma is saying, is exactly why I think the ANC itself is not a vehicle that can really take us where we want to go in terms of black people truly being independent in South Africa, or a full liberation of the people in our land. The relations he's talking about is not only Russia, China, and whatever. There are so many other big businesses that got their hands in the ANC. Their interest, even white monopoly capitalists, they are there, especially now in this run of Cyril Ramaphosa. You can see that. You can see that. Huh? I will be doing a video about this case of Israel versus Palestine, and how our South African lawyers are suddenly so good, but they could not close that case with the bank manipulation, currency manipulation saga. I think 28 or 25 of the banks that were accused were recused in the court. The court said no, there's no wrong we can find in this one, leaving only 4. Only 4. I'll make a video about that, because I don't understand how is it they have got WhatsApp conversations. They've got a bank that admitted admission of guilt, that paid even a fine, but they are failing to prove in court. In court, our court system is captured, man. It's captured, man. So unfortunately, Jacob Zuma wanted to fix those relations, make sure that he closed those deals before he goes. Because remember, at that time, they wanted to let him go. He had that nuclear power deal that he wanted to close with Russia, that 1 trillion. You remember it? I'm sure there were many other deals that he wanted to make sure that he sees them through before he leaves power. And they were free education and so many other things that he was doing at that time, that he wanted to see that, let me see these projects through first before. Because I'm telling you, you have no idea how big the ANC is in terms of the hands that are in the cookie jar, the business that have got economical interest on the ANC winning the elections. That's something that we're going to speak about even these coming weeks. That it's like the other parties are unfairly competing with an ANC that has got big financial support behind it. So Jacob Zuma wanted a smooth transaction. It was not going to happen. It was not going to happen. So you guys tell me what you think. Do you think that someone must shut Fikile Mbalula up, or should we just let this man trend? Because attention. So let's continue to let him trend, let him speak, because the more he speaks, the more we know. That's very important for us. So if you are new on the channel, don't hesitate to click the subscribe button, click the like button, hit the bell icon, and leave your thoughts on the comment section. It's very important for me to hear what you guys are saying on the comment section. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. And after you pray, make sure that you stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.